So, over the last few weeks, I've been talking a lot about the midheaven and reintroducing you to it and how exciting it is and how powerful it can be, and really showcasing just how slept on this placement is for your business. But what happens after you take the time to find your midheaven in your birth chart and really dig into the sign, the house that it's in, and where your midheaven ruler actually sits? Well, that really is the question, isn't it? After you do the work to meet and master your midheaven, there comes a point where you have to make a decision. And that decision really comes down to, do you want to continue to have astrology be separate from your business strategy, or do you want to take that next step and actually integrate it into your business strategy? And when I really sat down and thought about if the answer is yes, then I began to consider what that would look like. I wanted to envision a process that would make it so much easier for you to bring your midheaven as well as the rest of your birth chart into your business strategy so that it became this framework that can be applied no matter what placement your midheaven actually was in and the unique configuration of your birth chart. I wanted to create a process where any online business owner could follow and it can really amplify their midheaven energy while also helping them to create an online business that really spoke to them. And what I came up with is something that I've been building this whole time. I just hadn't realized it. And it is what I'm calling the midheaven based business design framework. So, I want to talk to you a bit more about what the framework is and what the three pillars of this framework are so that you really understand what the process and the journey truly looks like after you have met your midheaven, you have mastered it, and now you're ready to integrate it into your business strategy. So, first of all, why would you even want to follow this framework in the first place? When it comes down to it, we're at a place now in business where we don't need step by step frameworks of the past. People are so tired of this one size fits all approach to business. I'm sick of seeing it because the reality is that we're all unique individuals. And even though we may be in similar niches or we all might be in similar industries, maybe we're united in the fact that we're all coaches and consultants and online service providers who are interested in astrology. The fact of the matter is, everyone has a unique birth chart. Everyone has a unique design of what their astrological strengths are and how they are best designed to bring that forward. So, this idea that there's this one best career or this one best industry for you to be in is completely outdated and irrelevant. The fact of the matter is that the future is going to be shaped by those who understand that we all have a different role to play. And the more that we're able to embrace that, the more that we're able to move forward with the specific lane that you are meant to fill, that creates so much space instead of competing to operate within the same narrow lane as other people. So I really wanted to find this common thread of what unites the midheaven and what brings together the business strategy and the astrology together in a way that can be applied no matter what it is that you're doing. And I really got inspiration from my own journey because I've been in the online business space since 2015. And I have taken on pretty much every single role that you can think of. And one of the things that I was reflecting on is the fact that I have always, whether I knew it or not, I have always followed my midheaven. I've always followed my astrological design. Even from back when I was an online journalist, I embraced the magic of my midheaven and also embraced the magic of other placements in my chart, like my Leo rising, like my Pisces sun. And that has been this guide, even when I was in other industries, even before I was using astrology at the forefront of my business strategy. It was still this uniting piece that really came through and shone a really bright light to helping me to create my own path in business. And that's what I want to help more online business owners to do, to embrace the fact that success doesn't need to look linear. It doesn't even need to really be this clean cut, I've been doing the same thing since I graduated college type of thing. Your version and vision of success can be as unique and messy as you are. Creating the Midheaven based business design framework is less about this perfectionist idea of what business success looks like. And it's really understanding that there's a gap that exists between what your online business could be, what you are astrologically designed to do, and how the two can meet in the middle. So it's a framework, it's a process, it's a way of life that you can use to intentionally create an online business that really speaks to you, what it is that you're designed to do, how you're designed to do it, and the kind of life that you want your business to support. So, with all that being said, let's break down what the three pillars of the Midheaven based business design framework actually are. The first framework is all about aligning, and it's aligning for purpose and energetic clarity. So, when it comes to alignment, this is about bringing together seemingly disparate parts of yourself and your business and finding that common ground, finding that commonality. Spoiler alert, it's what you have already done if you follow the process of mastering your midheaven. You've already begun the work of identifying what these gaps actually look like by bringing up your birth chart, by looking at your midheaven, by understanding what that placement actually is, where it's located, what the relationship is between other placements in your chart, and really bringing that forward, beginning to build a relationship with that placement in your chart and bringing it off of the page of your birth chart and into reality, into the actual physical space and the lived space of your online business. So this step of the Midheaven based business design framework is less about just identifying what the midheaven is, but it's taking it a step further. Instead of just sitting at, I want to see what my midheaven sign is, it's really looking at, okay, what is it that I truly want to do? What are the common themes within my birth chart telling me? What are the different ways that these placements are coming together, being led by my midheaven in order to push me forward to what my purpose actually is, to guide me towards what the things are that truly light me up and that excite me the most about business? How are they helping me to identify why I want to have my own online business in the first place, what it is I want to do, how I want to help people, what the change is that I want to create in the world? Once you're able to identify what that is, there's so much space that's created. You're no longer in this space of feeling like you need to compete with what other people are doing because what other people are doing become irrelevant. Other people's purposes are not your purpose. Other people's journeys are not your journeys. You don't need to compete with them because it's irrelevant to what it is that you are uniquely here to do. In that way, astrology becomes a guide rather than the force that is telling you that this is the only way forward. So the alignment is both recognizing what this purpose actually looks like for you, and it's also creating the space by releasing what is actually no longer yours. By releasing the things that no longer fit, you now have more space to embrace what is truly meant for you, what it is that you actually want your business to look like. So that's the first pillar of the framework. Once you have done that, the second pillar of the Midheaven based business design framework is to design your ideal business model and offers. This is the fun part. This is the part where I really thrive as a business strategist and consultant because I love diving into the design aspect. And what sets this pillar apart is that it's taking that alignment into consideration. Not everybody's online business is meant to be created in the same way. So it's really important for you to take the time to really sit in that first pillar first to really understand what it is that you are working towards in the first place. But once you have that, then you can begin to make informed decisions based on that alignment. Once you recognize what your purpose is, what that energetic clarity looks like based on your birth chart, now you have a really clear vision for what that design actually looks like to house that entire vision for your business. So that design, it extends into the business model, the actual framework that houses what your business actually looks like in the first place. What kind of online business are you going to have? It also helps you to make decisions around your signature offer, how exactly you're going to help people, what that design of your offer actually looks like, the structure of it, as well as the back end to support all of that. It also gets into other questions like your marketing, what channels you're picking, the frequency of your marketing, how to choose the channels that are going to amplify and make your content even more potent, even more relevant to the people that you want to reach. So that way it's no longer about increasing the frequency of which you publish, but it's more so about honing in on that frequency itself. How to choose that channel intentionally so that it really makes a difference. Even if you're committing to a once a week frequency with your marketing schedule, like you're still able to reach the people you want to reach. You're still able to have the same impact as if you were publishing daily. That's the importance of this pillar, basing it on the alignment from the first pillar. So that's the second pillar of the framework. And the third pillar is amplify for visibility and growth. All three of these pillars work together. And once you get to the third pillar, it's really about amplifying what works. Once you have figured out your process, your schedule, your pace of work that actually works for you, now it's time to do more of what works. Now it's time to take that a step further and to increase it for reaching more people, getting more eyeballs, getting more attention from the people that you want to reach that are the most relevant to your work. So it's amplifying for the sake of visibility, for increasing your audience intentionally, and then also for growth, for moving from this current state and stage of business into the next one. And in a way that you're not going to feel threatened by that growth. You're not going to feel unprepared. You're not going to get that inkling of, oh my gosh, I need to shut it all down and burn out because I don't feel safe. Instead, it's working with the astrology, it's working with your own internal guidance, and it's working with how you are naturally designed to lead in order to prepare you for that. All three of these pillars work together so beautifully. What I really enjoy about this process is that it is not like a hierarchy. It's not about like getting to one stage and then jumping to another one. It's really about moving in a circular fashion. Once you reach one pillar, you move on to the next one, and maybe you go back to a previous pillar. Maybe in this current stage and season of your business, it's all about honing in on one particular pillar of the framework. But ultimately, it all works around you. It works around how you are naturally designed to thrive and what that actually looks like for your business. This is the framework that we're going to be diving into inside of the Midheaven Method. So, if you haven't heard, the Midheaven Method is my signature program. It is all about really diving deep into these pillars and teaching you how to use it while being guided by your birth chart, led by your midheaven, to create an online business that really truly feels like you. I'm so excited because if there is any way to teach business, this is the way to teach business. This is also the way, this is the future of business. If you're going to be teaching a process or a framework or any kind of pillar, it's going to be necessary and require that it's something that can be adaptable for every stage of business, that can be adaptable across the board, and that also can be taken and remixed depending on where you're at and what your needs are. So, inside of the Midheaven method, yes, I teach you what this process actually looks like, and you get that guidance to dive even further into it based on the unique design of your birth chart and your unique business. But you also get so much more than that. And what I want to leave you with is that this framework works. I know that this framework works because I've been accidentally working on it for a very long time. And it's taken this long to recognize the importance of it because this is the right time for it. This is the right time to embrace creating a business that is aligned to not just what your business goals are, but what your midheaven is, how to align it to your actual purpose, to really get that energetic clarity of there's work that you do, and then there's work that you know that you are meant to do, and that no one else can do it like you can. Without that, you can't design a business that works for you and with you and alongside you. Without that, you can't design your ideal business model and offers or even be prepared to amplify your business for visibility and growth. All of these things work together and they work together intentionally. And I couldn't have put this out beforehand. This is the time for this framework to come forward. So, if you're interested in diving deep with me inside of this framework, if you want my support in guiding you through not just these pillars, but also how to take your midheaven and embody it and bring it forward into your business to create an aligned online business that truly feels like you and that works for you, then I want to invite you inside of the Midheaven Method. All the information for the program can be found in the description show notes. I can't wait to see you inside and also in the next episode. Bye.